On July 14th, 2009, I went in for a planned cesarean section. And while I was laying there on the operating table, I felt a little fuzzy and a little dizzy and a little lightheaded. Because I'm a nurse, I looked over at the cardiac monitor and saw that every other beat was an early beat that wasn't an efficient contraction of my heart. I just remember closing my eyes and seeing a white, just white everywhere, and being overcome with a peace that I can't even put into words. Fast forward 6 weeks, and I remember standing in the kitchen when the phone rang, and it was my doctor, my cardiologist. She said, "You might want to sit down to hear the news." So I sat down, and she said, "Well, I showed your echocardiogram to my other partners, and your heart's not functioning well. If your medication doesn't stabilize your heart where it is now, we're going to have to start talking about what it looks like to be on the transplant wait list. And by the way, you're not going to have any more children." And that was a lot to swallow. My heart is not strong enough to pump out the amount of oxygenated blood that my body demands based on activity, walking around. It's weak. Instead of contracting forcefully like it should, it just quivers. And so my heart could go into a lethal, deadly rhythm at any moment.
Come on, H. Let's see. Let's see how big that swing is.
I'm reminded of the fact that I'm at risk for sudden cardiac death multiple times a day. Every time I walk up the stairs holding one of the kids, I get short of breath. Every morning and every night I take medicine. Dozens of times during the day I feel my heart beat in a funny manner. There are hundreds of times a day that I'm reminded that my life is not my own, and at any moment Jesus could take it. One morning at church, I went to go pick up the kids from the kids' stuff area. And on my way to go get Noah, who is our oldest, I felt a pressure in my chest and some difficulty breathing and feeling like all the blood was getting caught up in my neck. And by the time I got to Hunter's room, I was feeling even worse. I told the kids' stuff staff at that point in time, I asked them if they could help me get the kids in the car, because I didn't think I was gonna be able to walk out to the car by myself with both of them. And I went to sign my name to check Hunter out, and I couldn't even barely finish writing my name. And I said, "No, I'm gonna collapse, and you need to call 911, and you need to call my husband, John Manning. He's in my phone, but you need to call 911 first." And then I dropped to the floor. I remember that my sweet friend, Jen Carter, was over me praying. I told Jen, she needed to tell my boys about Jesus, because I wasn't going to be there to tell them. I sat there thanking the Lord that He had given me 15 months. Hunter was 15 months at the time, and thankful that I had had that time with them. And I really felt that was my time to go to heaven. think before all of this happened, I found my worth in how productive I could be. I used to live in a manner of my to-do list for the day. I would beat myself up on if I didn't get it done. There are still moments that I do. I still make lists out every day. But I take a deep breath knowing if I only get 2 things done, I only get 2 things done. I get another day with my kids. I get another day with my husband. And if I don't get the laundry done, I don't get the laundry done. I never asked the Lord, why is this happening to me? I trust that He is in control, and that includes every breath and every heartbeat. I had a friend tell me once that I have a different type of worship to offer up to Him. And so despite the circumstances we've been in, He's teaching me how to worship Him. And I think it's kind of special that He's entrusted the suffering to me to worship Him in a way that I had never worshiped Him before. So what if we suffer here? This is not our home. I know where home is. He has saved my soul, and He has given me life, and He has lifted me from the grave, spiritually and for eternity. And that's what this life is all about. And this story is not about some girl who has a heart problem. This story is about how God is sanctifying and winning my soul for His name, and how He is turning one of His people to praise Him despite circumstances of this life.